Hi everyone, those who are here at Berkeley Bicycle Club in Toronto, and to everyone who's watching at home, thank you for joining us. We have another exciting episode of Season 4 of On the Couch today. And this year, as we said last time, we're taking a look at creative heroes, those trailblazers who have created history in our community and those who are creating history as we speak right now. Today, we have another exciting episode of Season 4 of On the Couch. And we are continuing with our theme, Creative Heroes, and looking at those who have been trailblazers in our history and those who are making history as we speak right now. Cat Grant will be talking to Cozmic Cat, the iconic Toronto DJ behind the Cherry Bomb parties. And Boyd Kodak is going to be talking to Davina Hader, cinematographer, filmmaker, photographer, artist, and activist. Lots of stuff. Ade Johnson is not with us here today in the studio. He's on the road, but we're going to be hearing from him in his segment Youth Corner about the very important topic of HIV transmission. Now, when we talk about a legend, not only in our local community, but also on the world stage, and I will talk about that a little bit later, there is one creative hero of the age of the gay revolution who always, always comes to mind. Everyone, please help me give a great big applause to the queen of our queens, Russell Aldred's iconic creation, Michelle DuBarry, everyone. Woo! So, Michelle, hello.
Hello, dear.
Hi. What is Michelle up to these days? Is she out and about performing at clubs and bars?
Well, I'm out every day. I don't live yesterday and I don't live tomorrow, so I have to make the most of today, right? Okay. So I'm just everywhere I can be and
that's a great attitude.
Causing all the trouble I can cause.
So you're still performing?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Yes. I'm as soon as I think life is a stage, so we're always performing. We come out and we perform, right? I mean,
that's our Michelle. Right? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You also do some public appearances. I know you do some talks or entertaining at seniors' homes. Is that correct?
Yes, I love going there once a month to all those lovely old people, which I should be there anytime soon myself. But anyway.
But you entertain them.
Yeah,
so
yes, I put a smile on their faces, and if I lift my skirt and some guy sort of smiles there, like he's looking kind of sad, and then he smiles because I'm flirting with him, you know. Yeah.
You must love it. Where do you go? Like in the area here?
Yes, the True Davidson Senior Home in Dawes Road. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. In the last few years, you shot up to fame internationally when you were named Guinness World Records as the world's oldest performing drag queen.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit briefly about that experience? How did that all feel?
Well, I was informed by this certain person that was responsible for doing it. This guy, a guy named Max
McDonald,
put my name and information in. I didn't do it.
Okay.
And when he told me, I thought, no big deal. Uh-huh. And then he said 3 months later, well, you're in now. Oh, well, no big deal. I didn't know it was such a big deal, you know.
And then you ended up on all the interviews and TV and papers.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then everybody's saying hello to me. I mean, all of a sudden everybody's saying hello to me.
There you go. You're famous all over the world now.
Why is it I'm so alone at home and then I go out in the street and everybody says hello? Yeah.
Oh, because you're a legend, a performance legend. That's why they love you. Is the lady okay to reveal her age?
I'm not ashamed of my age at all.
How old are you?
What am I now? Oh, 85, right? Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. There. And that's why she's in the Guinness World Book of Records.
All the world's a stage and we but fools play on.
Oh. Yeah. Well, congratulations, Michelle. This puts you and Toronto's gay community on the world stage, so we're very proud of you. With that, we need to take a little break. We're going to check in with Cat Grant and her guest, Cozmic Cat, and see what they got to say. And then we will be back with Michelle DuBarry on the couch. See you soon.
Hi, Cat Grant here. I'm here today with the fabulously talented music producer, Cozmic Cat.
Hi, Cat.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Cat.
I think to start off, we should tell everybody how you got your name.
Well, it started off, I had a cat, and I was always DJing in my apartment. I was living in Hamilton at the time, and I was a budding DJ, learning how to DJ. And my cat would just watch me and play. It was a kitten. And then I used to give it Cosmic Catnip, which was a brand of catnip, and would get really spun, as they do on catnip, and try and bat the record and try and scratch the record, which we thought was so funny. And we used to call the cat DJ Cozmic Cat. And then one day I got a gig, and I was like, okay, I'm DJ Paula. And I thought, nah, I'm gonna steal my cat's DJ name. So I became DJ Cozmic Cat. So that's the story.
It's a great story.
Thank you.
Tell us how you got started with the legendary Cherry Bomb.
Well, I had just arrived from Philadelphia, probably the year before. I was living there for a while, and I was playing at the Gladstone. And Denise Benson, who was doing a Savor party at the time, heard me play and said, hey, do you want to be a guest at Savor? And I said, sure. So I did a guest set, and then Savor folded not long after. And Denise approached me and said, hey, you know, we really vibe well together musically, and we understand we have the same kind of just energy musically, so do you want to start another night? And I said, sure, let's do something totally different. And so we, you know, set a mission statement, and Cherry Bomb was born.
And 10 years later, it's still going strong.
It's unbelievable to me, because I look out and I don't really know a lot of the people in the audience, and it's a lot of a younger crowd, and it's just fantastic that we're still relevant, and it's still crowded, and we're still throwing a great party 10 years later.
Still a great time.
Yeah, it's still a great time. I still love it. I love Cherry Bomb. It's awesome.
And you've branched out this year with your first EP. So give us the name and tell us all about that.
Well, actually, it's a full-length album, and it's called Cosmic Love, #Cosmic Love. And the album is definitely a labor of love. I've been working on it for a long time. It takes a long time to produce tracks and to produce music. And I finally got everything together and put it out, and I'm really happy with it. And it's on Spotify and iTunes and physical CDs, and it's just very exciting. I'm really psyched about it.
And it should be on everyone's Christmas list, too.
If you like house music, you should listen to it.
So what is next for you then?
Well, Cherry Bomb is still rocking every month in Kensington Market, and we're actually going to do the DJ Skate Night, the Cherry Bomb on Ice, which is awesome. And there's tons of events, so go to my website, go to Cherry Bomb on Facebook, and you can find all the details.
Tell everyone your website.
www.djcosmic.com and Cherry Bomb Toronto on Facebook.
Thank you so much for coming in. It was a delight.
Thank you for having me.
And I'll see you on the dance floor.
Cool.
And we are back, everyone, with Michelle DuBarry. Hey. So, Michelle, the theme this year involves a lot of looking at community history. And no one is as much a treasure chest of history as you are. So let's talk about your start and foray into drag. What was your motivation? What got you first to start with drag?
I think my motivation was my family.
Okay.
Because I was one of three,
Girls?
2 girls and me,
Okay.
3 girls, you know, and constantly being shoved out in front of ladies to sing and at hospitals and all that stuff, you know.
Okay.
And then in high school, dressing up in drag with another guy. Drag wasn't a word then.
Okay.
Dressing up in costume at a high school thing, and a guy wanted me to dance, and then his brother told him I wasn't a girl,
Okay.
and so he was a bit miffed, you know. But
So it was an acceptable form, but as long as you don't call it drag?
The word drag, it was costume.
Oh, costumes.
And there were no big deal about it back then,
okay.
you know, yeah.
At some point you performed with a very well-known group across Canada. Who were they?
The Great Imposters?
Yes.
Yes, that was the 70s, yes.
70s?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
actually, you did well with that group. That should be
I was with I was at the Manatee, and Lonnie Roberts and Jamie Durrett had a show on the road in the 60s. They came in and asked me to go on the road with them. And I can't think of the name of that name. And I went out with them for a year. They decided to go to Vancouver, so they decided to give me all the equipment and all this, everything. And I found a couple of people in the village like Rusty Ryan, and although his name wasn't Rusty Ryan then, it was Big Bob. Okay. And another one from Hamilton. Okay. And so we had a young man in the front in the first picture that decided to go to Vancouver the next day. So then we found another one. So then all of a sudden we had a new group.
Incarnations. Yeah. Okay. The Imperial Court of Toronto. What is that for those who don't know, and what's your relationship with it? I know you've got a very close relationship with it.
Well, I've been 31 years since the beginning of it from the Mother Court in Vancouver. It's an international court system to raise money for charity. Okay. And for years we've been raising money for PWA.
Okay. Awesome. People with AIDS Foundation. Okay. Yeah. And you were the Empress twice?
Yes, 6 and 26, yeah. Okay.
You also have a lot of drag daughters, and some of our audience at home may not know what that term means. What's a drag daughter?
Well, there's one in the audience, certain...
Donorama.
That's his name, yes, right. You know him, right? Yeah. And he's got a wonderful mother, too, Rose,
I did not. So Donorama is one of your drag daughters?
I would say that. I have, he's one of them.
Okay.
One of them.
How many do you have?
Oh, well, right now I'm with a young drag queen, a new one that I admire very much, Demand Attention, where I call Dirty Bingo with her on Tuesday nights, and I say all sorts of terrible, I don't act like myself at all. I'm ashamed.
We're gonna come and watch that.
But we have a lot of fun.
So a drag daughter is someone like you mentor, you take under your wing, you help them?
Well, I'm fortunate that I have a lot of young drag queens today. I'm not in their world, but they respect me. Okay. And I appreciate that very much.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Who right now on the drag scene, and I know you don't want to leave anybody out, but who's catching your attention? Just name a few.
On the drag scene?
Yeah, who's doing a really great job?
Well, of course, there's I always go to Misconception show.
Absolutely. We had her on the show.
Sundays. Yeah. Recently, Christopher Peterson, who lives in
Vancouver,
lives in Florida or whatever.
Right. Yes.
But he's going to be with her this coming Sunday. Okay. But they're all so wonderful. They're all doing their own thing. They're all doing their own
beautiful things.
Weird make. Oh, sorry.
No. There's what? There's very unique. There's very unique artists out there, and they all deserve their own applause. Absolutely. Between when you started at the start of the community at the beginning and now, what has changed to the better? Where are we now as a community?
Well, it was against the law in the 50s. Okay. And we had a club called the 519 on 519 Young, which is now going to be a condo. Yeah.
501.
501, yeah.
501.
Oh, yeah, pardon me, yeah. Why do I say 519? No, 501, yeah, okay. Right. And we had a chap from England that was in the theater there, so he ran the 501 as a theater concept. We made up in the back room, a tunnel going down to the front. Oh, cool. We did miniature Broadway shows. He supplied costumes and wigs. Oh, nice. And so it was theater. It wasn't really just walk in with a wig on and do something, you know. Okay. Yeah.
We are going to take a little break, everyone, and we will be back. First, we're going to check in with Boyd Kodak and Ade Johnson, and then we will be back with Michelle DuBarry. So, see you soon.
Hi, Boyd Kodak here. My guest today is Davina Hader. Davina is a graduate of OCADU as a cinematographer, photographer, filmmaker, and artist. Creativity has always been second nature to Davina, her work quite often having a queer perspective. A queer woman, activist, in fact, a recipient of the Queen Elizabeth Jubilee Award for her activism, a prominent member of the Toronto LGBT community, Davina Hader, welcome.
Hey, well, thank you very much for having me, Boyd. Very nice to be here.
Great. First of all, let's talk about your film work.
Well, I've been doing film work all my life, and since the digital age came upon us about 15 years ago, I embraced it quite amazingly, and
That's great.
do a lot of documentary work, especially with the LGBT community. And just recently put out a film that's hopefully going to be an Inside Out this coming spring.
Excellent.
So,
And
doing lots of things.
can we hear the name of that, or?
Yeah, it's called Hush You. It's a film about abuse, child abuse in the LGBT community as well. So it touches on a lot of touching points, but hopefully it'll go far.
That's terrific. And you also do a lot of multimedia work and what is it? E-learning.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually.
Also very new. And tell us all about that,
Well,
please.
one of the things I use a lot of the documentary work I do is for teaching purposes as well. And so e-learning has become a very big part of the teaching world. And recently in our community, more businesses and more corporations have wanted to embrace the LGBT community and teach their employees and teach management about our community. And so I built learning material, online learning material for that, and I put it out there. And currently have a client, Canadian Blood Services, Women's College Hospital, 519, and many others who are, getting my work.
Using the programs.
Yes.
And learning. Wow, that's
Yeah.
really, really great work because, education is key in this world.
It
too.
is,
Yeah.
it is. And I think promoting our community is very key as well, because we've got a lot of talented people. And, we're here and we're not going anywhere. And I think it's wonderful.
And is there a place we can see your work? I know your film work, hopefully we'll see in the next film festival coming in May.
Well, I've got a website as well, www.studioconceptions.com, and there's links on there as well that people can go and check some of the stuff out that I do.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here today.
I got a YouTube channel too. So.
Oh, okay. Does that have a different web, or is it all
No,
linked?
it's just Davina Hater, YouTube, my own YouTube channels.
Excellent, yes. Thank you so much, Davina, for being here today.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Boyd, and it was a wonderful to be here and talk with you. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, Ade here. Welcome to another edition of On the Couch, where we enlighten you on things that's happening in our community. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about PrEP. I've been on PrEP for just over a year now, and it's been pretty good, I will say. What's even better is that the government now, the Ontario government, I should say, now funds PrEP up to $1,000. So regular medication would cost $1,200 with a prescription per month, and now you're only paying $200 with your prescription per month, which I think it's a great step forward. PrEP is pre-exposure prophylaxis, which is an HIV preventative medication. So you can add that to your condoms and regular testing as your way of taking the necessary precaution of fighting against HIV and AIDS in our community. It's a growing virus and we want to eliminate it. PrEP is just a little blue pill. It's one pill per day, and you can now get it with a prescription. You can speak to your doctor, get regular testing done, and find out how to get that prescription for yourself. I recommend it, not just because I'm on it, but because of all the research that's out there that proves that it works. And obviously it's not 100%, but it's 99.9%, which is still better than nothing. Not because you're on PrEP though, means that you need to get rid of your condoms. Condom use is very important. And it's not only just you don't just use condoms just so you don't contract HIV. There are other STDs out there and STIs, and there's still pregnancy that, let's be honest, you need to plan for these things. You can check out the Ontario websites on PrEP, go into a walk-in clinic, get some more information. There's information all over the place. There are organizations such as PWA, Black Cap, the 519. You can pick up pamphlets from these organizations and it will give you more information on PrEP. That's it for me today with Youth Corner. Sorry I'm not in the studio with everybody and I'm missing out on all the fun that's happening there. But I'm always here. I will be in studio for the next shoot-in of On the Couch, and I am your host once again, King Ade, and I look forward to seeing you guys. Bye.
And we are back with the Michelle DuBarry. So I've heard, Michelle, that you once said, "You're not an empress, you're a man in a dress." So I know personally that underneath the frock and the wigs, there's a really great and kind man. Let's talk about Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Where were you born? Tell us about your childhood growing up.
Bowmanville, Ontario. My dad was.
Oh wow! From Bowmanville.
My dad was in the First World War. Came back a little bit disturbed because of that. But my mother was a nurse, and kept him in control. And he was a marvelous blacksmith welder. Okay. Could make anything for the farmers. They all loved him. He wasn't like a father figure to me, because I had two sisters, so I was with them all the time and singing with them at different places. Okay. And he was like a hardworking man.
Okay. Did you come out to your family? Was there any coming out story, or was it?
Oh no, there was never a coming out story. I mean, here I was. My 3 girl cousins dressed me up at 9 years old in the black velvet strapless. And,
I remember seeing that
photo. I got that picture on my wall at home. Yeah. And then in high school, they went in drag with another, in costume, with another guy at high school, and got asked by a fifth form guy to dance, and his brother said, no, he's a guy, so, I mean, he didn't like that too much, but anyway, it was no big deal, really.
Okay. And, really? That's actually very interesting.
And the 50s was when we were all in suit and tie in downtown Toronto. Women came down dressed to the nines. Every man was dressed in suit and tie, and dressing up was illegal. And so there's some guys would do shows underground at the music room. For one, that was a little place then. Sarah Dunlop was the lesbian that ran the bar, and she made sure that only the certain people would come in to the place.
Interesting history. Russell, where's your favorite part of the city? Where do you go out when you're not performing, when you're not in drag?
Well, I'm a real village queen. I mean, I came to Toronto. My first room was in the village, and around the corner from where the garage is there. And
so that's your favorite part of the city, our village.
But then I gave away my drag in the 50s to Mary Burbage and married a woman. And but she was size 4 high heel, and I was a sample size man's shoe. So we went off to Montreal shoe fairs, and we brought home sample shoes and all that. But then there again, everything else didn't work out, so that was over after 5 years.
Do you have any hobbies?
I guess being designing and making clothes. I guess that was a hobby. I guess.
Okay. We're gonna go over some very quick questions. Usually we do those to close the show. So, what's your favorite cuisine? What's your favorite food?
My favorite food? Oh dear! Oh my God! Well, I've got a Betty Cropper pizza maker, and I like making my own pizzas.
There you go.
Gourmet pizzas. I do all of
I
my
like
own,
that. Gourmet pizzas is good.
Yeah,
your favorite flower?
Oh, I guess roses, yeah.
Roses?
There was a rose garden next to my home in Boonville. I'll never forget that.
Nice. Where's the best place to buy a gown? Oh, you don't buy your own.
Who buys gowns?
You make them.
There are several talented...
Yeah, but we're not all talented like you, so...
Well, nowadays we have certain talented people that are into making clothes too. So
Okay.
Demand Attention is turning out to
Makes
be
clothes?
a
Okay.
fantastic costume maker already.
Oh, nice. We've got Donna Rama also.
And Donna makes her own unique
Clothes.
show
Absolutely.
performing
Absolutely.
contest costumes. Yeah.
And your favorite drag-themed movie?
Oh, the one with on the road with the three in the car,
To Wong Fu.
traveling on a car with in full drag in a Cadillac.
To Wong Fu
and
with
they're
Love,
changing
Julie
costumes
Newmar.
and wigs
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
But
Oh my God.
where did they keep all the clothes? In the trunk of the Cadillac. Yeah.
I love that movie.
I had a big van with I had on the road. Yeah.
And that's it. That's pretty much it. So the last words to the community and to the viewers, you can just say your goodbyes.
Oh, well, I've been so enjoyed just being here with you on your single-use couch. And
Yes,
but
thank you. Thank you for everything that you do for us, for the whole community and everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Russell, it's been a pleasure having you and Michelle on the show. You truly are a creative hero, and thank you for everything. Thank you to reporters Boyd and Kat and Ade and their guests, Cozmic Cat and Davina Hader. Thank you everyone for being here and watching. And we love doing this show for you. It's a lot of fun. So thank you everyone at home, and take care of yourselves, and cheers. We love you. Bye.